Alright, hey guys, so this is going to be a tutorial as to how I draw my monsters. So it's pretty simple. Basically, first you always start with a basic shape. And the way I do this is, again, start with a shape and then it just goes on from there. So I'm trying to decide who do I want this guy to be? Where do I want his head to be? So this is like the base of his head. So do I want to be like over here, up top, down low? Probably me down here, and I'm gonna have his snout kind of like. Let me see. Should I have it? Nope, don't do that. This. Do I have it? God damn it. I think this probably. This is kind of how I go through drawing all of my monsters, is just by figuring out where I want things to be placed and how I want things to look. So just to give them like a snake kind of nose, or like a dog nose that's very thick. I'm gonna give this guy a couple sets of eyes. Basic shapes are very important when drawing, well, really drawing anything. So obviously you got triangles for the ears. I use ovals for the base as to where I want the ear to go. Move his head down. Nope, don't do that. Move his head down. We're gonna have his head kind of down low. And this would be like a cylinder shape. And using like lines and then an oval. So like, here, let's use it like this. It adds like a 3D kind of look to it. This smile will look kind of wide, because I've always thought that, like, for some kind of creatures or monsters, small eyes but with a wide smile is so creepy. So he's got a pretty long neck. So you can tell here I have kind of like, again, basic shape. So here we'll add a circle for the shoulder. This is where the neck goes. It's kind of where it cuts off, and then here's like the body. So alright. So now, so it's also very important to use a base color when you're drawing your shapes. So I use like red, I like either dark red, or normally I do light red. Actually, I want to change this color. So here's also a little MS Paint tip if you want to like change the color of something. Up here, you've got color 1 and color 2. Color 1 is your base color, and color 2 is what you want to change it to. So basically it's like this color is going to go to this color. And so for this I want it to be light red, and then you're going to use the eraser tool, and if you press Control plus, if you have like a full keyboard, you can probably do this. And if you right click on your mouse, or in this case I have a tablet pen, it changes the color of the base. Because now it's also easier to see where you're putting down, like, black.
Gone on, smile, your joints so out of place. Miles from the world, so far from the human race. On your wildest face paint, I see the tracks of tears. Running around like a mouse in a cage.
Alright. So line work is done. And you can see how with the use of the shapes, it gives you a much more nice, cleaner kind of image. Fix this guy's shoulder a little bit. It's a little better. So now it's the point of adding detail. So I'm gonna add this guy's ear detail. Color his nose. Casa su casa. No, I'm going to. Sorry, hang on. I'm going to. Okay. So at this point, I'm thinking his neck, like down here, down by his throat, looks a little bare compared to like what's going on top, and a little too smooth. So I'm gonna add like some long fur coming down. Oh, I keep forgetting to change it to a different color so it can actually. Matter of now it's like choosing colors, and I feel like this can be done in any kind of way. Like it doesn't have to be just like dark, murky colors, very sickening. I feel like they can also be kind of bright. So with this guy's eyes, I'm gonna give him like very, very icy. I give him like periwinkle eyes. We'll have the paint bucket. And then for the actual eye color, I'm gonna make it gray. Oh, no, not that. Alright, and now for the nose. Horns and spikes, I'm just going to keep it basic, just keep it with the pale ivory kind of yellow color. Ooh. And always be sure you're looking out for like this kind of thing, like just one little pixel out of place. If you want to color one area with the paint bucket, and then like one single pixel is left out and open, then it's going to color like everything. It's really irritating, especially when you're trying to figure out like where it's coming from as to why your whole image is being colored when you just want a certain area colored. It's trying to find that one pixel is so irritating. All right, so actually really quick, I'm going to add a little bit more detail here in the mane. No, like that. Alright, good enough. So now, again, back to coloring. So like they don't always have to be like brown or like this like olive kind of color. For this guy, I'm gonna give him a purple. I'm gonna turn him purple. Like there are just endless possibilities to what you can do. Increase the brush again.
Tell me what you came for, Dagger. Tell me what you came for, Dagger. You came
to go back and check to make sure that nothing is left out or untouched. Because what sucks is when you finish it and then you realize that you made some mistakes and you can't go back. I mean, that is, of course, if you save it as like a JPEG image. So when you save it as a JPEG, the pixels become compressed. But if it's still in its PNG form, then the file is still open for more edits, so always be sure to do that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add a quick background for this guy. Let's see. Alright. So I'll keep going with the eyes. So back to that pretty blue. Also, adding a light source is very important, so you know where the shadows are coming from. But for this tutorial, I'm just kind of doing something like quick, so I don't really care too much about where the lighting goes for this guy, unfortunately. Alright. Open pixels, where are you? Alright. So shading is basically good for. And now for lighting, I'm going to lighten up color slightly. And darken this a little bit. Still not good. There we go, it's a little better. That's kind of it. Kind of the basis as to how I draw my monsters. And kind of like the thought process I go through as to what I want them to look like. So